Once upon a time, when I was a young fella, about 11 or 12, one place we used to go was called Ballincollig Castle. It was the most beautiful place. We'd get together in the morning, round up the bicycles. Myself, Dave Murph, Johnny Isaac, Davy Isaac, Brendan Holland, maybe Richie Leonard, Jimmy O'Hay, and we'd ride out of town. Bozo the dog running along behind the bicycles in case we got attacked. He was a massive dog. Nobody knew who owned Bozo, but he'd follow those Isaac boys to the ends of the earth. Anyway, we'd stop at the shop and we'd ride out of town, out into the countryside. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the sun would be shining, the birds would be singing. Out to Ballincollig, up the back road, past the mill, down the hill, through the gap, and there, 3 fields across, there she stood. Beautiful. Ballincollig Castle, all shining in the morning sunlight, all gentle and noble, like an ancient castle from a fairy tale. Well, we took the castle, we defended the castle, we fought and died for Ireland in Ballincollig Castle. We climbed the tower, we lit the fire. I nearly thought you were going to sing along there for a second, ladies and gentlemen, but you can forget about it now anyway. Thanks all the same. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. And then, next thing then, ladies and gentlemen, next thing, the sun climbed up high into the sky and rolled down the other side. And that day ended, and the following day ended, and time went by. And next thing, unbelievably, incredibly, I grew to be a man. And I forgot all about that time in Ballincollig Castle. Until one day, I happened to be out that way. I happened to have some time on my hands. I thought I would go and visit the old castle and see how things stood with her. Well, I drove in my car out to Ballincollig, up the back road, past the mill. No mill now anymore, only a load of big apartments called the granary. Anyway, down the hill, looking for the castle. No sign of any castle. Out the road, back in the road. I met a man by the side of the road. Where's the castle? Ah, he said. It's very hard to get to it now, he said. Over there, behind the trees. Because, ladies and gentlemen, a great forest of houses had grown in all the fields around Ballincollig since I was a boy. And a great forest of thorn trees had grown all around the old castle itself. Well, I fought my way through the thorns, and scratched and bleeding, I stumbled at last on the old keep, and there she stood, as beautiful as ever. Beautiful. Ballincollig Castle, all shining in the morning sunlight, all gentle and noble, like an ancient castle from a fairy tale. about 1,000,000 crushed and battered beer cans, shining like gold and silver in the morning sunlight, all around her feet. Well, I walked around, and the memories came rushing back. I was wondering, what happened to lads? I climbed the tower, and I fell into a dream. And there, at the topmost turret of the topmost tower of Ballincollig Castle, I saw the most beautiful woman you have ever seen, lying there on a bed of roses. She opened her eyes. "John," she said, "I thought you'd never get here." "I know," I said. "Life's been tough, but here I am now." Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, at that exact second, a freezing, chilling wind, a knifing, a bitter, a poisoned wind blew through the cold stone, glassless windows of the tower, and they turned around, and she was gone. Are you watching? Where were you there, like, when I was doing it, and they were back in the first verse, like? Where are going, so? Tricky bit? Jesus Christ almighty. That's lovely, lads, lovely. A bit scary, like, but beautiful as well at the same time. Thanks very much. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. Next thing then, ladies and gentlemen, about 10 days later, anyway, I happened to be inside in this pub in town, and I was introduced to this woman. We were introduced by a poet called Diarmuid O'Donnell. That doesn't matter. Anyway, I recognized her instantly as the woman I had glimpsed in my vision in the tower. After that, we got to know each other, and then, eventually, we fell in love. Slowly but surely. And then after that, we lived for a long time together for a long time. After that, we lived happily ever Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. If there's any lies in it, they can stay there now. All I got for it was a pair of silver wings, a golden crown, and a place in heaven. Spillane Ballincollig, thank you very much.